What's good, lads? ESPN just dropped their power rankings for the first week of NBA basketball, and we're just gonna react to them. I have some predictions who I think where teams may be. I'm really interested to see where teams like Philly and Chicago are, considering they weren't really tipped to do well this season. However, they've had amazing starts, and I can already tell you number one's gonna be OKC. Undefeated, 8-0, insane start, but I'm keen to see where some teams are. Anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping like I always do and just get into it. 30th place is the Brooklyn Nets. Am I surprised? No. I did tip Brooklyn to be the worst team in the league. They're led by Cam Thomas and MPJ. I'm happy MPJ is doing well. As a Nuggets fan, I'm happy to see him scoring well. Pretty sure he's already had more 30-point games this season than he had with the Nuggets last season, which is cool. However, Brooklyn, they're trying to get the number one pick, man. Let's be honest. Next up, New Orleans Pelicans. I'm not gonna lie, I thought the Pelicans would be bad, but I didn't think that would be like the worst in the West. I thought it was gonna be the Jazz. The Jazz have been pretty decent, but with Skinny Zion and all the hype around him, Jordan Poole coming into this team, they haven't really performed as well as I thought that they would. The last game where they won, I believe they beat the Charlotte Hornets. They actually played pretty well. And Derek Queen, a guy who hasn't had the best start to his rookie career or his NBA career, actually had a really good game. He nearly dropped a triple-double. So Pelicans, they're not a good team. They're not going to do that well this year. However, they have some kind of bright spots in their team. And for the future, it's looking decent. It's looking decent. 28 Washington. That's understandable. 27 Indiana. The team that made the finals last year, 1-6. Siakam's been carrying this team, I'm not gonna lie. And I saw a take by someone else, I forgot who it was, but they were saying, I think it was, what's his name? Yeah, I saw a take by Andrew Fenishow. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, however, he makes amazing NBA content. So I'm sure you guys know of him. If you don't, go check him out, he makes really good content. But he proposed the idea of trading Siakam this year to, I believe, Philly for a Paul George to salary dump. I believe it was also McCain, and I think that's a really good idea. If I'm Indiana, I'm looking at our record and I'm looking at how well Siakam is doing, and Siakam's gonna win this team some games. And if I'm the Pacers, I'm gonna be like, hey man, maybe this year we just take it off, trade Siakam, get a high draft pick, a guy who can build around Halliburton and a guy who we can develop into being a championship again. If I'm the Pacers, I'm probably doing that because Siakam's carrying this team, man, and he's too good for this team. The Jazz, 26. You know what? Hey, Utah Jazz, you guys are doing better than I thought. 26. I thought you guys were going to be like 29, 28, but 26. Had some good wins as well. So cool things from the Jazz. Ace Bailey's getting better every single game he plays. So that's cool to see as well. Sacramento Kings, not surprised that they're down here. Same with the Hornets, same with the Suns. Now, this is what I am surprised about. The Dallas Mavericks at 22nd. Now, people thought Dallas was going to be great this year. I saw people predicting them in the top 6. I believe I had them at 7th or 8th in my Western Conference Finals, in my Western Conference standings. But they just haven't had a good start to the season. And I think that's a lot to do with Cooper Flagg not being 100%, even though he has been pretty good. So you can see down here, I believe these are Cooper Flagg's numbers. 13, 6, and 2. I believe Anthony Davis is a bit injured. Obviously, they don't have Kyrie, but they've had some difficult start, but they've had some difficult games, to be fair to them. However, just haven't really performed as well as people have thought. Memphis, 3-5, 21. Toronto Raptors, 4-4. The Boston Celtics, a team, I believe, they were the first seed out east last year. 3-5. Not gonna lie, they've actually won some pretty decent games. Who did they beat? They beat a pretty good team the other day. I forgot who it was, but to be in the top 19 without your best player and having essentially blown up your team, it's not bad. So this, if I'm Boston, I'm like, it's not bad. I don't think they're gonna make the finals this year, but pretty decent from Boston, man. If I probably would have predicted them to be in the bottom 10, but to be 19, that's pretty good for the Celtics. Atlanta Hawks, 18th. Man, everyone was hyped about the Hawks this year. And they haven't really shown that at the start. 4-4 obviously isn't that bad. They have some pretty difficult matchups in the next couple of games. Obviously, the Lakers and Clippers are two very good teams, but I thought they would have been higher this early into the season, but they just haven't really performed that well. Same with the Orlando Magic as well. These are two teams that I predicted to be very high. I believe that I actually had them both in the top 4 in my Eastern Conference standings. So surprised to see them in the bottom half of the league, to be honest. The Wolves at 16th. Anthony Edwards has been injured, so not really surprised by that. The Heat doing pretty well. The Heat is such a weird team, man. I feel like they have the most mid team, the most like just kind of mid players, but they always just do so well. And I believe that's because of what they say, the Heat culture down there. So honestly, pretty cool to see the Miami Heat at 15th, yeah. Portland doing very well. Portland fans, you guys should be proud of your team, man. They're doing very well. Golden State 13th. I'd probably put them a bit higher, man. I'm not gonna... Golden State have had some good wins, by the way. Beat Denver in the first game. And who they beat? They beat the Lakers as well. So they've had some very good wins. I'm not gonna lie. They've lost a couple games recently. But man, Golden State looking very good. Clippers 3-4, but they're okay. The Warriors are 13th, even though they have a... Okay, I guess it's recent. Okay, that makes sense. But Clippers doing pretty well as well. The Knicks doing well. Detroit Pistons, man. Detroit, bad start to the season, but they've kind of clawed it back to be 5-2. They're doing very well. Milwaukee Bucks, they've surprised me, man. Everyone was like, Giannis doesn't have help. Giannis doesn't have this. And Loki, he kind of still doesn't. But Miles Turner's been playing very well. Obviously, he had that game against Indiana where he played very well. 5-3 record for this team is very good. The Bucks won a game against the Warriors without Giannis. So the Bucks have actually been very impressive this week. So Bucks fans, your team's doing well. And here we are, the Chicago Bulls 6-1, man. Damn. If I'm a Bulls fan, I'm so proud of this team, especially their young guys. Giddey's been performing absolutely insane. So with guys like Buzelis, he's been playing very well. Vucevic just hit that game winner. He's really underrated, Vucevic, man. I was unfamiliar with his game, but he's been doing very well. The Cavs 7th, they're the best team in the East. Not surprised by this at all. Philly 5-2 have been very... Dude, Philly's nice, man. And they still haven't had Paul George in that team. I would be very interested to see the impact that he has on this team. But Philly, I said in my predictions that they're going to be the dark horse of the NBA this year, especially in the East. And they've been very nice, and so being because of this man, VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey, they've been very good. Going into 5th place, the Houston Rockets, they've been very good as well. KD's starting to blend into this team very nicely. Durant 21 points, Sengun 26, Thompson 27. That is really nice to see. Those 3 guys all contributing equally to this team. And if I'm a Rockets fan, I'm very proud of that. The Lakers, man, the Lakers have surprised me as well, considering that they haven't had Luka and LeBron for the majority of their games. And damn, Austin Reeves is looking like an all-star. I think I made a video on him the other day. He's had some monster games, 50-point games, 40-point games, 15-assist games. He's been putting up monster numbers. And the Lakers, even DeAndre Ayton hasn't been that bad. He had a really good game as well. But the Lakers, man, 6-2. I wasn't expecting this. And they just have surprised me. And it's going to be cool to see how this team can build on this once LeBron James comes back. And even guys like Laravia have been so good, man. I didn't know who this guy was a week ago, I won't lie. But man, Lakers fans, the Lakers looking really good this year. It's cool. Going on to 3rd, my Denver Nuggets. Man, would I put us in 3rd? Damn, I don't know if I would put us in 3rd. I feel like putting like the Bulls down here, Philly, I don't think I would put Denver in 3rd because I don't think we've reached our like highest potentials yet. We've been playing very well, but I'd probably put the Lakers, Philly, and the Bulls over us, I won't lie, just because they've been playing out of their minds. But Denver in 3rd, I'm proud of that. We're 5-2 now. We just beat the Miami Heat. Playing very well, and I'm proud of that. Jokic is coming to his own. The only thing has been Cam Johnson hasn't really been playing to what he can be, and it's going to be interesting to see how he develops and gets more used to this team as the season goes on. Going into number 3, and it's the San Antonio Spurs, 5-1. Victor Wembanyama has been insane. Dylan Harper has been one of the best rookies this year. And it is disappointing. I feel like I made a video on the Spurs just glazing them about how they're so good. The day after, Dylan Harper gets injured and Wemby has like a 3-point game. So The Spurs are looking very nice. I think they're going to cool off a bit. I think they've had a really hot start. I do think they're going to cool off a bit. But in saying that, who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that OKC would be number one? Just what an amazing start by this team, considering they haven't even had their second best player for the whole year. I just made a video saying that this team could potentially go 82-0. It's crazy to say. Probably not going to happen, but do I think that they could go 74-8? Who's stopping them, man? This team is insane. They deserve that number one spot. 8-0. OKC, they're insane. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, do all that. If there's any way I can make these videos better for you guys and your viewing experience, please let me know. I love hearing your guys' feedback. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.